Hello and welcome to our Monday noon rite. I hope all is going well as we start a new week. It's a little bit different weather here today. We're expecting some rain actually from an unexpected little stream of thunderstorms. So that's, while the rain is welcome, thunder probably is not quite as welcome, and certainly lightning would not be welcome, but we hope all will go well anyway. So let us go ahead and begin. System right here, so we may as well use it. Divine Isis, goddess of 10,000 names, I invoke your grace. Come to our temple, O goddess, dwell in our shrine, make our hearts your altars, our hearts your home. Bring vision and healing to those who use this shrine. Give us wisdom and unveil the truth, and with thy feathery wings protect us. Breathe into us the breath of life and health and strength. It is noon. Let us celebrate the moon. Let us celebrate the stars, no matter where they are. It is noon. Let us celebrate the sun that shines on everyone. Let us celebrate our day as we go upon our way. It is noon. It is noon. It is noon. All right, and now it is time for our daily reflection, where we each come up with 3 words to say that are relevant to the day in some way, relevant to us. And so any 3 words at all are suitable. And for me, it's a change in weather, change in weather, change in weather, change in weather. And I've been feeling that even with all the heat. There's definitely a thread of fall that is coming in. So here's hoping it's a good fall and a safe one. So let's go ahead and honor the directions, beginning in the east. Let us honor the east, element of air with the winds ever blowing. And we honor the south, element of fire with the flames ever glowing. And we honor the west, element of water with the rivers ever flowing. And we honor the north, element of earth with the seeds ever growing. And we honor the spirits above and below with the wisdom ever knowing. And we honor our bodies both without and within with the love forever showing. For we come into this world with all these gifts and more, our very own special essence. Let us thank the goddess for that which she bestows. Let us go forth, refreshed and renewed, with dedication to preserve and protect all life, for we are all children of Isis, the great mother goddess. And today, being Monday, it is our special day to request miracles. So if anyone has a miracle that they are just so itching to have happen, this is a good moment to try and bring it forth as we join together in energy. And of course, you know, even especially since we do record this is something that can always be connected into. There's that group energy that's just inherently built into these little ceremonies. And so even if you're watching much later, we hope that that helps empower and embody what it is that you wish to bring forth. So, and Audrey, if you have 3 words today, please feel free to put them in the comments. It's always good to see you joining us in these, and I'm grateful to have you here. Oh, and Jeff is ringing in with earth, clouds, and ocean. Earth, clouds, and ocean. Earth, clouds, and ocean. Earth, clouds, and ocean. I was just mentioning a little bit earlier, we're definitely aware of clouds today. There's the potential for thunderstorms. So it's definitely a little bit of a shift. There's also still going to be high temperatures. We should still make it into the 90s despite the cloud cover. So we get it all, no matter what. And Audrey, restore motivation and strength. Restore motivation and strength. Restore motivation and strength. Restore motivation and strength. And may that be so. And given the challenges that you've been facing, a little bit of a miracle on this would be very welcome too. So if you do have any requests in those areas, please go ahead and bring them forth. I continue to pray for the miracle of peace being restored worldwide in many different places, certainly in Ukraine, but there are many others that we know of or have heard something about, and then there's other situations that definitely need divine attention and love, and they're not shared with us because some decision has been made. Oh, nobody really cares about that spot or this spot, or we can't talk about that because that would affect that. So there's always considerations on what we actually are allowed to hear. And so I pray for the situations that we may not be so aware of that nonetheless are hurting innocence and troubling the souls of many. So Linda's words are inspiration, vision, and restoration. Inspiration, vision, and restoration. Inspiration, vision, and restoration. Inspiration, vision, and restoration. And we seem to be in a period where a number of our clergy have been having eye issues and eye surgeries and so on. So that inspiration, vision, restoration is especially appropriate. And Audrey is praying for the miracle of a safe and wonderful visit to convocation. Well, we certainly hope you have a safe and wonderful visit to convocation. And just to remind everybody, due to the calendar being the way it is, it's a little early this year. So we're actually starting on the 6th and going through the 10th for the core of it. And of course, people will be arriving a little bit before that. Some people will be staying a little bit beyond that. But it is the 6th through the 10th, based on when that semi-holiday of that Monday falls. So if you are planning on coming, please be aware of that and make sure that your reservations and so on are appropriate to those dates rather than something later. It's often that we're starting at like the 8th or the 9th, and so this year with the 6th, it is definitely early. All right, and I see LaTanya just rang in. So LaTanya, if you have 3 words to share, please feel free to do so, and I will be glad to say them for you. Okay. All right. And of course, being Miracle Monday, it is a good day for miracle. And Chastity is, her words are peaceful puppy sleep. Peaceful puppy sleep, peaceful puppy sleep, peaceful puppy sleep. I'm not quite sure why that you're requesting that. It sounds like maybe you have a real little speed demon of a puppy racing around, and maybe you haven't been getting much sleep. And I know that you've been helping with fostering dogs, so that's wonderful work, and thank you for doing that. Hope it's not driving you too crazy. So, all right. Well, if there's any other words for the day or miracle requests, this is a good moment to do them. If not, I will go on to our reading. Let's see. Oh, her words, LaTanya's words are Isis's wings around Gaia. Isis's wings around Gaia. Isis's wings around Gaia. Isis's wings around Gaia. May our whole planet be blessed and elevated without distress. Sometimes we buy into the idea, oh, well, we have to go through all these terrible things, and then well, maybe we do and maybe we don't. But, I think it's better to hope that there's the minimum amount of trauma in any sort of elevation or inspiration. So may we indeed ascend, but may it be gentle. And I see Elena has just rung in. And Elena, if you wish to share 3 words with us for the day, I'll be happy to add them into the mix. And today being Monday is our special day for requesting miracles. So if there's something miraculous that you feel you need to call the divine attention into, this is a good moment to do that. So, and if anyone's ever late coming in with words or whatever, that is perfectly fine, because as I often say, we follow Katma, not dogma. Things arrive at the moment that they may be. They wander in like a cat. So that is perfectly okay and is part of our spiritual path, which is not to be hierarchical, patriarchal, to certainly try to meet our time commitments and so on. But if there's variation within that, it's not a big deal. We're flexible. We can handle it. It's all right. So, alrighty. Well, if there's nothing else for the moment, I will indeed go on to the reading. Okay, and it is open today to number 10. I consume only my fair share. Okay, and Linda is bringing in... okay. So there's little miracles and big miracles. Linda is praying for the miracle that her cat will realize what his cat drinking fountain is actually for. Currently, he stares at it in confusion. Very interesting. Well, I hope your cat does discover that. I know it's important for his hydration, so it's more of a miracle than more of a necessary miracle than it might seem on the surface of it. But you know, the only thing I can think of on that, if you want the practical rather than the divine aspect of things, is maybe put a little chicken broth in it or something. Maybe he'll get the idea then. But we'll see, won't we? We'll see. Okay. And I see Amy is ringing in. Thank you. It was wonderful seeing you recently. We had a big weekend of priestess training and new initiates being potentially introduced and so on. And Amy was part of that. So thank you for ringing in here now. It was great seeing you, and it was a wonderful event. So, anyway, hello, Amy. And what we do here, as I think you're well aware, is everyone comes up with 3 words for the day if they want to share them, and then we will all repeat them. And then we are also looking for requests for miracles and just things that we should be calling the divine attention to if we need to. Okay. So glad you had a good time, Amy. All right. Okay. Well, if there's nothing else for the moment, I'm going to go on to the reading. And today it is number 10. I consume only my fair share. 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 The concept of being fair to others, Lady Glorianne writes, is an important ingredient today as humans have begun to overpopulate the earth. In our country, the United States of America, we now have the 99% opposed to the 1%. There are a small amount of those that control everything because they have more than their fair share. How did this happen? We live in a world of consumerism, and we see the huge corporations gobbling up those that are small so that individuals cannot seem to move ahead as large organizations overcome them. I went to visit the place where I once had my gallery in San Francisco, she writes, only to find Starbucks was there now. The rent had been doubled, so I had had to leave that part of my life behind. It would be so much better for everyone if there was a more even distribution of wealth, so no one could overpower the ones who have less. We have to get to a point where the minimum life is a good life. And I hope that we can see that and find that. It's kind of interesting because in the Federalist Papers, which are often used, well, they're used by everybody. It's some of the founding documents of our United States, and it's almost like going to the Bible or going to other spiritual works. You can, whatever you need justification for, you can usually find it in the Federalist Papers somewhere. However, there's one statement that's very, very clear. It says, essentially, and I'm paraphrasing, but you can find this, that the sole purpose of government is to ensure the happiness of its citizens. And that's something that seems to be sadly lacking in all directions, that, the sole purpose of our government is to ensure the happiness of its citizens. So contemplate that a little bit today. And Latanya is saying, may all miracles that all beings on earth need come to fruition in divine time for the highest good of all with ease and grace. And Latanya says everything with ease and grace personally, so this is no different from that. But that is lovely. May all miracles that all beings on earth need come to fruition in divine time for the highest good of all with ease and grace. All right. And tomorrow's reading is, so you can look ahead, if we do them in order, which doesn't always happen precisely, as I have only good intentions. And we know that good intentions are a good place to start. They sometimes are not the place to finish up with. Sometimes it needs more than good intentions. It needs action, it needs attention, it needs development, all sorts of things on top of those good intentions. But the good intentions themselves have a particular power and blessing, so let's all start with wanting to have only good intentions. So may we look at our hearts, may our hearts be clear, may the vision that we use to look at our hearts be clear as well, and may we really know ourselves, our place, our purpose, and our being. All right. Is there anything else we should deal with this morning or this early afternoon? All right. Well, in that case, it's time for us to go on to our close. As always, we give great thanks to the remarkable Lady Lorianne Vignier for all that she established and that we strive to continue. And we give thanks to all of our teachers, among them Olivia Robertson and Lord Strathlock, many, many, many others who have cast light upon our paths, the wonderful teaching that we had this weekend, all of those involved in that. May they all be blessed. And to the gracious goddess Isis, in whom all things are possible, we give our thanks and ask her blessings. And for each and every one of us, for all that we do, both here and in the worlds, may our efforts be blessed. May our results be abundant. And may we go forth from this rite refreshed and renewed. I wish you all a good day. It's a good Monday. I wish you all a good week. May good things come. May things go easily. May insights be fluid and present. And I hope that it will be a good time for all. So mote it be, indeed. Amy, thank you. God bless.